Whew. Joyce,
What's going on?
we have a special guest here.
You do? Who is he?
Gentleman I've worked with many, many times over the years. One of the premier facilities in, well, I was going to say the shoreline, but I think all the state of Connecticut.
Oh, definitely.
Why limited
Wait a minute.
to just the shoreline?
The tri-state area.
The tri-state area. Why not reach? Why not nationally? Why not so popular? Why not universally? Even the Klingons, when they have weddings, and the Romulans from Star Trek, where do they go? WoodWinds in Brantford.
Yep, exactly.
What's Good with John and Joyce is sponsored by WoodWinds Wedding and Special Events venue in Brantford, Connecticut, and Silvio's award-winning Italian sauces, which you can buy anytime online at silviosauces.com. That's silviosauces.com. Welcome to What's Good with John and Joyce. We appreciate you having us on. Special guest, owner of WoodWinds in Brantford, Connecticut, Tony Suppa. Hey, Tony.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
We're back again.
Back again.
We
Yeah.
had so much fun the first time. If you caught an episode, we had Tony on before. It was great because we had pasta and meatballs served to us, courtesy of Tony, thanks to his
Silvio
Silvio
sauces.
sauces.
Yes.
It was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, but today we're at WoodWinds in Brantford.
We are. So tell us, Tony, a little bit about, your venue here in WoodWinds, how you got the start, and a little bit about that.
So WoodWinds was around since about 1990. We purchased it. My dad and I actually, my family were looking forward to get into the wedding and event business. We always had restaurants, since 1972. We had the Monaco's in New Haven. My family also had the Palms in downtown New Haven, Valentino's in Hampton.
We used to play music there at the Palms,
yeah,
our DJ
yeah,
business. Man.
Yep.
Oh.
And then, he moved to Cafe Allegri in Madison. And then we started doing some catering out of there and some events. And, I really enjoyed it. I got older, so I want to get more involved. So we started looking for an event venue, and we landed, here in about 2006. And we've owned it ever since.
Yeah, we've been here so many times with our business as well. And every time we come here, we're treated like family.
Yep.
I love that. We're here. Whatever you need, and you just treat the vendors with such respect.
Yeah.
And that goes a long way. There's a lot of word of mouth on the street. When you go
Yeah.
to WoodWinds, you're treated with, the utmost, courtesy.
Yeah. No, we sure do. We treat all the vendors like they're, family and part of the WoodWinds family.
Yeah.
You're right. A lot of places don't do that. And it's just, we're just not like that.
Well, you're always winning awards for service and food.
Yep.
You have award-winning food.
Yeah.
So going back a little bit, wasn't this a dream of your dad's, like to have a venue like this?
So my dad always wanted to get into this end of it. I mean, we always had restaurants, like a la carte restaurants, but his dream was always to get into the events and weddings and things like that. So, it was hard having the restaurants to branch out into something else. So once we got older, the family expanded. He had basically the manpower to do that, and then, I always worked with him and trained with him. So I had that knowledge. Then after I graduated college, that's kind of when we started looking and got into it. So
What was it like working with your dad, though? It kind of cool.
awesome.
I mean, working with a family business, it can go either way sometimes.
So with me, it was a wonderful experience. My dad was like my best friend. So, I just loved hanging out with him. Like being able to work with him was the best thing ever for me.
He always had that smile.
Always,
Whenever you see
always
mom
happy.
and dad, they made you feel like family. Even if you were a stranger coming in, they didn't quite know you. It was like they still had that just great way of ushering you in and making
Exactly.
you feel like family.
Yep. Yeah.
I was lucky enough to know your dad and work along with him. He was awesome.
Yeah.
Just incredible.
Yeah, I miss him a lot now. Working with him was some of the best days of my life. I actually, when we came here, we had to split up because obviously he had to stay at a Cafe Allegri. I came here, so I wasn't with him all the time, and I missed him a lot even back then. Just being in the kitchen with him and working with him, from day till night. We still saw each other every day, but it wasn't quite the same because we're in two different locations. And then unfortunately, he passed away young. He's only 69. And, still miss him to this day.
Yeah, Cafe Allegri, for those listening and or watching right now who may not be familiar, it's over in the Madison Green. Just a great place.
Yeah, right downtown
great
Madison.
Reputation.
Yep. So my mom, my brother are still there. I'm here at this location, but Still going. I think there is 1999, I believe, so 26 years.
Wow.
And then here since 2006, almost 20 years here now.
And Joyce, this says a lot about business nowadays because most businesses fail.
Yeah.
And what do you think the key to your longevity is, both with WoodWinds and Cafe Allegre?
It's a lot of hard work. I mean, that's number one. You got to be able to put in the hours and the time. You have to sacrifice a lot. There's a lot of things I'd like to do, obviously, personally, things like that. But the business, when you go into business like this, it does come first. Mm-hmm. But being a family business is better because, it's, you get to do things with your family. I mean, you're not, doing other things like leisure, but, you're working together, having a good time together, growing a business together. So it comes along. It's really nice.
And you oversee everything. I think that helps, that you're very, very hands-on.
Yeah, it's a little stress. I probably put more stress on myself than I need to because I do have a great team. The employees and managers I have here are amazing. I do kind of oversee everything. I wish I didn't because I really don't need to, but I'm very hands-on. And I just, want to make sure everything goes perfect. Especially with service and the food and, keeping that legacy of my dad. That's how he would have run it. That's how I want to keep doing it.
So wait, I'm just curious about this. When you're in college, you're this young guy in college. Mm-hmm. Was this your dream to do this? Did you think you would go this route?
So honestly, I kind of didn't want to go into the family business when I was in school. I went to school for engineering first, actually, for a couple of years. I went to college for mechanical engineering. That was actually like what I was really into.
Wow.
I
never realized that.
It sounds kind of nerdy, but like I was really good at math and I got accepted to University of Hartford into the engineering program.
That helps in business, right?
It does. Yeah. So, and then I was always working with my dad part-time during school. Like every weekend I was there. So
I heard you were doing homework at the restaurant.
Yeah,
back in the day, right?
Yeah, exactly. So always back in grade school, high school, just doing.
Got the algebra book right there in the restaurant.
Yeah, I know. Right? Yeah. So my dad was really good at math too. Maybe it's genetic, who knows? But we were just really good at math.
Oh,
and so working with my dad more and more, I realized I wanted to get into the family business with him. So halfway through college, I changed my major to finance and accounting. And honestly, I kind of did it just because it was easier because I already did all the math prerequisites for engineering. So if I switched to accounting and finance, I had all those math courses already taken. So I didn't have to renew them over again.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got into the business degree and things like that. So I ended up getting a double major in accounting and finance. And then once I graduated, I started working with my dad full time.
You do all the accounting too for the business?
I actually do.
You have that background?
Yeah.
That's what helps.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
On top of everything else.
And I noticed too, being here so many times myself, your employees, they take ownership.
They do.
Of everything they do. You were talking about, you're only as good as the employees and the team you have around you.
Exactly. Yep. I have an awesome team. We have a lot of employees, but we have that core of the same employees that have been here forever. And
big shout out to Kenny.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was here earlier, but they care for it just as if it was their own, and we keep each other on point and take care of each other and work together hard. So that's what keeps everything going.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the other thing isn't this one of the toughest businesses to be in? Not only are you dealing with food and keeping people happy, but it's the emotions of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, you're dealing with brides, weddings, people who have so many different special events here. So.
You have to be a therapist.
Yeah, you do sometimes,
oh my gosh, yeah.
I mean, coming from the restaurant, so I kind of know both sides of it. A lot of people don't. Some people are either in the catering side or in the restaurant side, but they're both hard. But this side, you do almost have to, things like have to be a therapist because it's, okay, they're coming here to eat and have a party, but it's the most important day of their lives. It's the wedding, hopefully it's just a one-time thing. High stress, high emotions, and there's no redo, right? So it has to go perfect and there's no way to redo it.
That's right.
So the level of stress on the staff to make sure everything goes right is extremely high too, just as the guests themselves. So it's like, we say it's like show business, it's like,
It is.
yeah, once the curtain is drawn, it's like there's no redos. It's live show, It's like,
And you always have to be, as the owner of the business, you always have to keep pumping people up.
Yeah.
Get them ready and just let them know how important this is. I mean, they know it, but they have to really know it.
Yeah.
Reputation is everything.
Exactly.
You want the referrals.
Yep.
You want people to say, "Oh my God, I had this amazing event at WoodWinds. You've got to go."
Exactly.
Which is usually the case when we gather with the application.
Yeah. Word of mouth referrals is more important than anything.
Anything.
You could spend as much money as you want advertising, but if you're not getting those that word of mouth or those personal reviews or people telling their family and friends, like, it's not going to work.
Right. Your reviews are stellar. I've read through them, and they always say the same thing, that they treat you like family, that everything went perfectly, or if something went wrong, your general manager, Randy, took care of it, and this or that.
Oh, Randy's terrific.
He's awesome, yeah. I mean, he's been with me forever. He started as a teenager, just as a staff member. Now he's, the head manager. So he pretty much runs most of the operation for me. I mean, the best thing about that is he's been here forever. He knows everything. He started from the bottom, worked his way up. And it's hard to bring in managers from outside because there's a certain culture in every business. So, but when you grow up in it, you are part of the culture. You don't have to figure things out or change things around.
And I think I've always noticed about being a vendor, I think what you guys really do right, where a lot of people get it wrong, is you make sure that you feed the vendors first.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that way, when they're done, they're ready to work.
Yep.
Too many times you go to another venue, they wait until the end.
Yep.
Everybody else is ready to get going.
Yep.
You haven't eaten yet.
Yep.
Your food either goes cold, you got to box it up, or you don't have a chance to eat it. You do it the right way.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's that seems like it's something that's kind of small, but it's a big
said
deal.
That because Wayne always said that. My husband was a photographer.
Yeah.
And I know he worked a lot of weddings with you.
We did a lot together.
And he always loved coming to WoodWinds because he knows that he would eat.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of other places, they don't.
Yeah. There's so much going on after dinner. If you guys don't eat first and get that out of the way, you're never going to be able to.
Right.
And, you're here. It's a long day. You have a lot of work going. It's an all-day thing.
You need your energy.
Yeah, exactly, to keep it going. Yep. Yep.
And you know so many different things, like how to, you have like sewing kits, you have stain removers, all the things that people, I think, don't think about that could happen, where the bride would say, oh, I've got something on my dress. I just tore my dress.
Yep.
I was dancing.
Yep.
It's like you fix it.
Yeah, if you're prepared for anything.
And you're stocked up like in the bathrooms with all that stuff.
Yeah,
everything people need, like you said, if they have a headache, if they need mouthwash, it's all there.
Exactly, yep.
And it seems like it'd be standard, but it's not. A lot of venues don't do that.
Yep. Yes, it's like the staff, having the solid staff like that, like the core staff, helps a lot because they all know those things. They all know that this is what we do. Mm-hmm. This is how we take care of people. Like you mentioned, Randy and Ken, there's also Sergio's been in the business a very long time. He deals with the brides directly, the day of.
Sergio.
He does some of the weddings, and then, Randy does some of the other ones. And also our head chef, Bill, we've known each other since he started working with my dad at Monaco's.
Wow.
Your father trained him.
He trained him directly, yeah. So he's our head chef now, which I've worked with him forever.
That says a lot about you in this business, and that people stay so long.
Yeah, long time, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been years, and we're more brothers than coworkers. We know each other.
Yeah,
I think I was
great.
I was maybe like 14 or 15, and he was maybe like 20 when he started. That's how long we've known each other.
Wow.
You think about back to the beginnings of WoodWinds and now, what has really changed in the business?
In the business.
Because I know there's a lot more competition nowadays too, as well.
It's hard. You definitely have to be on your game more. You have to be able to change more rapidly. I think that's, things like social media and Pinterest, when Pinterest is popular, those fads come a lot faster and go a lot faster.
Oh,
go away
that's
a lot faster.
True.
Yes, they do.
Wait, so what they're seeing right there, they come in and say, I want this.
Yeah, that happens a lot, but it spreads a lot faster. Before, it was just like word of mouth, but now it's like you can see what somebody's doing at a wedding in California, Italy, wherever, Europe. It's not just what's local. Like these new visions or whatever you want to call it are coming from all over the world. And you have to adapt to it immediately.
Yes.
And they also go out of style really fast too, because the next thing is coming up,
So what is there a current fad going on right now that's different? Or?
Right now, really popular is like farm weddings, which we got into. So we're doing farm weddings.
So you're doing off-site catering?
So we do off-site catering. We do like
and that
the
started
planning.
like during
food
COVID,
part.
right? Around
So
COVID time, right after COVID.
So during COVID, unfortunately, we couldn't use our building because of the the temporary bans on that with the guest counts and things. So we would just do the weddings wherever we had to outdoors. So I mean, we were doing them in people's homes, friends' homes, farms. We started doing them in farms. We rented tents. We're doing them on our front lawn here because we couldn't use the building for months.
I remember doing a few weddings here out in the front lawn under the big tents.
Yeah,
during COVID.
Yeah, because the tents allowed us to have, kind of normal sized weddings. Indoors, it was like a 25 to 50 person max. And I mean, our minimums are 75. So it was either that or close. And, that wasn't an option. We wanted to make sure everybody kept working.
Yeah.
So we would go anywhere, like wherever if somebody's friend had a farm or, they would be able to rent one, and we would go everywhere. And,
we're there.
Yeah.
We're there.
Right. We were forced into it, unfortunately, but we got really good at it. So we kind of just kept going with it.
Yeah.
There's no reason to stop at that point.
Wow.
And I think that's kind of what got those outdoor weddings more popular too, was during COVID, everybody was outdoors and they ended up enjoying it more,
And I'm thinking too, that since we live in such a now world, what's happening, everybody has cell phones.
Yep.
And everybody's taking pictures. So you really have to be at the top of your game too.
Yeah.
Because if somebody is rude or something's not happening, they can put it all over social media right then and there.
Yep.
And I teach my DJs to do the same thing. You're always being monitored.
Yep.
You go there, you're in your best game.
Yep.
You're all about serving. If somebody is rude and comes up to you, you kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
Remembering that somebody, all of a sudden, they can have the phone right on you recording you.
Yeah.
And that's changed things a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, something
there's no hiding anywhere.
This morning, John, is remember that your microphone in life is always on.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Mic is always on. Exactly. No matter where you go, you're representing your business as well, whether you're there or not, just by the way you live your life.
Yep, exactly.
With integrity. You and I talked about integrity a lot, before the broadcast began today.
Yeah, for sure.
We got to talk about is how gorgeous this place is.
It is.
First of all, it's like tucked away. It's right off the highway.
Yep.
And off of 95, I-95 in
Brantford, Connecticut here, folks.
Yep.
But it's tucked away and has this beautiful, we call it the European manor feel to it.
Yeah.
And it's stunning. Your grounds, you have to keep impeccable care right on the grounds.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. We actually we have our own groundskeepers now. We used to hire out companies, but they have other jobs obviously they need to go to, so it's always hard to get somebody here all the time. So we just have full-time maintenance person,
great.
landscaper, and we just take care of our own stuff now because it's daily. It's you constantly have to clean up and plant flowers and redo the grounds. So you can't miss a day or two because the next wedding's coming up.
Right.
If those pictures are not up to par, then that reflects badly on you, and everybody sees that, and it's just not good.
If you go to thewoodwinds.com, you'll see a lot of those photos on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and again, I just love the idea that you ventured out because I love doing farm weddings too.
Yeah,
that's a big deal nowadays.
Yeah, it is.
I love that. Rustic barn farm weddings are a big deal now.
Yeah, they really do love it. Yeah.
Wonder what the next fad will be.
Honestly, you used to be able to see stuff coming because things would come and go slowly.
Yeah.
Now you have no idea. It just comes out of nowhere and then it just disappears.
Just rapid fire.
Yeah,
rapid fire.
Yeah.
And it could be what a celebrity just did.
Exactly. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we haven't hit yet that you'd like people to know about WoodWinds? What makes you so unique? What makes you so special in the marketplace?
I guess, the main thing would be the food, just because we started in the restaurant business, a la carte restaurant business. So it's definitely different than a banquet type of food.
Mm-hmm.
Our chefs all came from, and were trained with my dad and I at Cafe Allegre. When we came here, we brought that same type of thing. So we try to give that, that made to order feel to even our banquets. And I think we did pretty well with that. That is one of the things we hear the most. And then just this, like you said, the service, we do go above and beyond. There really isn't much that we try not to do. If somebody needs something, we will make it happen somehow,
Yeah, that's the thing. I think people love the fact that people don't want to hear, well, sorry, I can't do that.
Yeah.
If there's a way, we're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Obviously you can't, just make everything happen all the time. But you want to say, there's a way we're going to make it happen.
Yep, exactly.
It's all how you respond.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So when you have met with a bride and groom, let's say, did you ever think don't get married. You two are never going to make it.
I mean, I hate to say it, but yeah, maybe a couple times,
bring out the best and the worst in a person during that time of stress of planning the wedding?
Yeah.
I watch those Hallmark movies. I see the stress, even though they have a happy ending at the end.
Yeah. Sure.
But there has to be times where you thought, oh, my God.
That definitely, I mean, it brings the best out of people, also the worst, because of that. It's very high stress and like the planning, and that's one of the things that we try to do is to make it as smooth as possible. So we try to take care of almost, everything for them. So there's not much they have to do.
So it's not the stress.
Yeah. But, it is, I mean, you've seen some stuff over the years for sure.
Oh, you could write a
Which
book.
I'm sure John has also.
And Joyce, I was just going to say, when I meet with these couples, and I meet with 2-3 couples a week, for consultations, and you could tell by the eye contact and how they're like bickering already. Yeah. And they're not even through the honeymoon period, right?
Yeah.
But there was this one guy, I've DJ'd 3 of his weddings. Yeah. Over the past 3 weddings. Yeah, 3 of his weddings, and we've actually done a few divorce parties.
Oh wow!
Have you ever catered to divorce parties?
No, not yet.
I've actually DJ'd a few divorce parties. They were among the best parties I've ever done because they actually got along better. Right. After they were not. Yeah. Divorce parties could be a whole new market.
So the divorce parties, they both showed up?
They both showed up.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe it. They probably would get along better.
It was like 3 or 4 of them, the divorce parties, Yeah. So, Tony, next time I get a divorce party, I'll give you a call. That'd be a first for you.
Let me know.
But I mean, just, again, a testimony to you, because I've been here so many times over the past years. Yeah. And it's just been always a pleasure. And I'm not just saying that because you're with me right now. We've had many conversations, privately, and you really know how to treat people. Yeah. And I think that's what makes me excited about coming here.
Yeah. I mean, you as well, John. I mean, you're a consummate professional, like in your industry. We never, when you're here, we know there's never going to be any issues. Everything's going to go smooth and professional. So, I mean, the same with you, for sure.
Well, thank you. Joyce, I know you've worked here for a long, long time as well, and worked with Tony. And every time I hear you talk about Tony, it's always in glowing terms. So,
absolutely.
I know it's a mutual admiration society here.
No, it's like family.
It is like
for sure. Yeah.
It is like family.
We trust each other. That loyalty.
Yeah,
it means a lot.
That's for sure.
Trust and loyalty go a long, long way. But Tony, thank you so much for being on and sharing a little bit about your background and talking about WoodWinds. And I admire the way you talk about your family. The way you honor and revere your family. That means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to Joyce, too. And thank you for tuning in to What's Good with John and Joyce, available on all streaming platforms. You can subscribe for free on YouTube. Tell a friend about us who needs good news. No negativity, all positive, upbeat, and like we always say, no politics. Whenever I say that to people, they usually say, we're tuning in now.
Yeah, I know.
A sigh of relief.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. And Tony, thank you so much. And lots of
thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye for now.